Hey guys, this is Rosa Kelly. So today I'm here to share with you a little bit of what I've been making. I have been working on some blank mini albums, and this is going to be a little bit of like an unboxing and kind of sharing with you my process when I make these blank books. So hi guys, welcome back to my channel. As you know, from time to time I like to make some blank mini albums. I think making blank albums, it is just so relaxing. I love to kind of enjoy an audiobook or a movie and just kind of get lost in creating these books. So right now I'm currently working on some pink base blank books, and also I'm going to be working on some white books as well. I was recently approached by this company called Vevor to do kind of like a review of one of the products, and I went ahead and chose this industrial heavyweight paper cutter. So this is an industrial paper cutter, or if you want to kind of work on mass making products or cutting just a bunch of papers at once. And I think this is going to be very useful for making these mini albums. I'm going to show you how easy it was to get this product set up. Now it is very heavy, so it was kind of a bit of a struggle for me to kind of show you on my desk and try to get it fit on, you know, within the tripod, but I tried my best and it was really easy to put together. It probably would have been easier if I did it on the side, but I plan on putting these kind of as a stationery on my other desk where I do most of my paper crafting. I'm gonna have the link to this product on the description box below. Also, I'm going to be sharing with you a discount code that you can use for anything on the store. So now let's do the unboxing. So these are all the pieces that are gonna come on your box. It kind of comes unassembled, but it's really, like I said, easy to put together. So first you're going to remove all the screws on the back of the cutting blade. There's actually 3 of them that you need to remove, and you will notice because those are the ones that are kind of loose already. The other ones that are really strong, you don't want to touch those. Then you're going to line up the cutting base to those screws and then just lightly screw it back in place. And I say lightly, you don't want to tighten anything until the end. So make sure those line up and then you screw those back in place. Then we're going to add the side paper guard. This is the one that has the measurements on top. So we are going to go ahead and line those 2 holes with the holes on the cutting base, and you're just going to go ahead and screw those together. So there's gonna be a couple of screws that come on this little bag, so you just want to add those and put them back in place. Now this was the hardest part for me to do, just because I didn't have enough room to kind of do this and show you at the same time, but again, if you were doing this on the side and without the tripod in the way, this would have been really easy. So you want to screw that lightly again, and then make sure that the measurements lined up together. I use the 30 as a reference right there, and then you just want to make sure that it's straight. And once you have it on position, you want to turn this back around and just tighten all the screws. Then we're going to attach these hands wheel. So these came with a tiny screw, and all you're going to do is line up the 2 little holes, one on the wheel and one on the cutting blade, and just add that little screw in place. And then I just tightened that with my screwdriver. Again, this was super easy to do. And then finally we are just adding the cutting handle, and there you go. Now you are ready to use your cutting machine. So now that you saw how easy it really was to put these together, I'm going to be putting this machine to the test. So I have here a stack of 15 cardstock pages, and I'm only using lightweight cardstock for this because that is what I'm using to make the mini albums, but you can also cut a chipboard and heavyweight cardstock. We're going to be testing everything. So I'm going to start with the 15 pages of 65 pounds cardstock here. You see this wheel here. So what this wheel does, it opens and closes this section here on the side. You can actually put your paper here, and then you can secure your paper down. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and open up the gates, and then I need to cut these at 6 and a half. Okay, so I'm gonna be placing this here at 6.5, and then because I don't want this to move, I'm going to close the gates here, so that is now nice and secure, so it's not gonna be moving, which I really love that. I'm always holding the paper. And then we're gonna go ahead and cut these down. Okay. Oh, did I already cut it? Wow, I was expecting to kind of push this down all the way, but no, it was just super easy to cut. Okay, so I did read these on the reviews where the first few pages you might have a little bit of that oil leak from the machine, so that wasn't too bad, just those 2 pages there, but the rest, look at that, perfect cuts. And so okay, so we went ahead and tried 15 pages of lightweight cardstock. And so when I do my albums, I kind of do on batches. As you can see, I went ahead and did a bunch of base covers, and even to do these base covers, this was done on 3 steps, right? Step 1 first was cutting the chipboard, which took me forever because I was cutting one by one on my other machine. So now that we have this, we're gonna try that. So what I do is first I do a batch of chipboard covers. I cut a bunch of chipboard pieces and I kind of put them on the side, and then I go ahead and do the wrap for all of those pieces, and I only have 5 here, and this took me forever. But you do, you know, the wrapping of the 5 the chipboard covers, and then the next step that I do is work on all the hinges, which also takes me a really long time. Working on the hinges is my least favorite part, so I went ahead and work on the hinges. So those I kind of do on batches, like I cut everything, then I wrap everything, then I work on all the hinges, and then I glue all the hinges to the bases. So basically 4 steps, right, which takes me a couple days because I only do one step at a time. And then what I do is I start cutting all of my pages. So this one here, it's going to be 6.5, and then I'm going to cut these and I'm just gonna go ahead and cut this here, just so I have it, and I'm keeping the one that was a little bit dirty on the top, just in case it leaks again. And so this is going to be now by 7.5, okay, which is the size of my page, 6.5 by 7.5. And then I'm just going to close the secure and then just press down. Okay, and I think that's done. Oh my goodness, again, very minimal effort, so I love this. 15 pages, even if it's lightweight. I was never able to do this. I can only cut like 3 or 4 at the most for lightweight, and 2 for heavyweight. So we're gonna be testing some heavyweights. Just kind of gonna put this machine to the test. So let's see, I'm doing 5 pages. Let's say we do 10. Okay, and these are 10 pieces of heavyweight. This is heavyweight cardstock, okay, compared to the, you can see the difference, right, with the lightweight cardstock. And so I'm going to do these ones at 7.5 by 7.5. So I'm going to open that up, and so we're going to cut these here at 7.5. Okay, and then I'm going to close this. I love this closing gate feature. That is genius, because like I said, I'm always holding the pages. They're always moving when you're cutting. And then I'm just gonna cut. Look at that, done. Oh my goodness, I'm actually very happy with this, because as you know, heavyweight is not the easiest to cut, especially if we're working on batch albums like this, when I'm trying to create 5 books at once. The cutting is always a whole day process for me. So I'm going to do this by 7.5. Okay, so 7.5 by 7.5. Let me open the gate a little bit more. And we're gonna put this right. I'm trying to line it up with the line exactly. Okay, and then we're gonna close these. Okay, and then we're going to cut. Okay, and there you go. I cut everything already. Wow, I'm honestly impressed, you guys. I am honestly impressed with this. Look at that. And so this time I didn't see any of the leak from the device, so that was good. That was only on the first time that we got a little bit of the oil. So okay, so heavyweight, 10 pieces, no problem. I'm pretty sure we can cut even more. We can probably do 20. Probably be trying that. And then we did 15 of these. We can probably do more also at once. Now let's test some chipboard. How fast can we cut these chipboard pieces? So I am going to be cutting, I don't know, this is pretty thick. Let's do 2. Okay, let's start with 2 and then we'll do 4. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna put 2 pieces of chipboard. Now the white books that I'm going to be making are going to be 8 by 8. Okay, so I'm probably gonna be opening pre-sale on my website at some point next week. I just want to finish with some books before I start putting the pre-sale. Okay, so I have 2 pieces of chipboard, and you know how difficult those are to cut. Usually I have to cut one side and then turn it around, cut the other side. So let's see. Okay, so I am putting a little bit more pressure onto this, but okay, so the first layer is out, and let's see. Oh, there it is. Okay, so just a little bit more pressure, but I was able to cut both pieces, no problem. Not a lot of effort either. Okay, so now I'm gonna do 8 on this side. Okay, so 8 by 8, and I do want to hold it. Okay, so let's see. Okay, look, this time it just went a lot faster, so I like that. Okay, so that is 2 layers of chipboard, and I do want to try 4. So I am gonna close these. Let's give this a try. Okay, so I am closing these with my 2 hands, adding a little bit more weight but not too much, and then these are already out. These are already out. This is all out, so just the last one. I need to press a little bit more. So okay, so there we go. So that one's out too. So the first 3 layers were really easy, and just the last one at the bottom is the one that took a little bit more pressure. And then we are going to open this up and do by 8. 8 by 8, and now we're just gonna do this. But look at these, you guys. We have 6 pieces of chipboard in like 2 minutes. Isn't that amazing? So this is gonna be really a game changer for me, making blank albums, and it's gonna make the process a lot easier and more enjoyable. And so if you're looking for a machine to cut chipboard like this, I highly suggest this machine here. I know we all struggle cutting chipboard, and then we also have to replace the blades constantly all the time. Okay, so now I'm just going to use those leftover chipboard pieces, and these are 8 by 4, but I need this to be 8 by what do I need this to be? Let's do by 3.5 for the spine. So I'm just going to open these up and then line this up. And then also I didn't mention, but the measurements on this device are in centimeters on this line, which I like, and then on inches on this line here. So you kind of have both. You have the small grid and then the larger grid for the inches, and then on this side you have inches here as well. And then you can cut up to, I want to say 12 on this side by 13 on the bottom. I'm just gonna put this at 3.5 right there, and then just close this up and cut this here. Okay, so there we go. So we got all of those out. So there you go. I hope that you guys enjoy this review. I am super excited because this machine is going to make my life a lot easier on creating mini albums. I'm super excited now to continue working on these blank books and also to make some 8x8s for my website. Make sure that you check my link on the description box below where you can find this device. Also check their website. They have all kinds of different cutting devices. Just have a lot of different crafty tools like this, and you can use my discount code on anything on the store. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.